Hey guys, Andy Albright here, fired up out of my mind. I'm in rainy Paris. Hopefully you can see the Eiffel Tower in the background. What an icon, what a beautiful mystery for people to check out. Last night we had dinner there under the shadows of the Eiffel Tower with several of the leaders in the Alliance. And what a bonding, relationship building time. What I want to talk to you about is not the Eiffel Tower, not the Bonjour Tour. I want to talk to you about the contest that we're running right now, because the ones in Paris are in Paris. It's the people that are back home that didn't earn or win the Paris trip. I want y'all to come with us on an all-expense paid trip to Alaska. We'll fly up to Seattle, Washington. We'll get on this ridiculous cruise ship and go down the Inner Passage and go out to Alaska. Let me tell you this, hot chocolate on the top of that boat, looking at a glacier at about a mile off. It's massive. You'll never forget it. We did it about 16 years ago, and we haven't quit talking about it. That's why we're going back again. I want you to experience it. If you're not part of our team, you can become a part of the team, and the next few months earn that trip. It'll give you a chance to build relationship, meet top executives with the insurance companies, meet our top people, and network. Build friendships that will last a lifetime. Here's what you got to do. The right thing. You got to get on the phone and start making calls. You got to get appointments. You got to get referrals. We'll show you how to do the whole thing. If you're part of our team, you didn't win Paris, we miss you. We almost canceled the trip because you didn't make it. We don't want to be sad next year. We want you to earn it and win it. We love you. Do what it takes so that we are cutting films with you from Alaska back home at the other people that didn't make it. Okay? Come with us. Love you. It's going to be a great trip.
In the latter part of 2019, the Alliance and Foresters Financial ran a contest, the Fire Drill event, in which the top 12 veterans and 3 rookies, based on Foresters production, could earn their way to here, Toronto, Canada, and the Foresters Financial home office.
We're in Toronto! Oh my gosh, this has been the most incredible experience. So yesterday I arrived to Canada. It was freezing cold when we got off the plane. Today we're at Foresters headquarters, and we have been able to meet the whole Foresters team. I mean, from operations to the indexing side, everybody, the CEO is here. He's been spending time with us. I've really enjoyed being here also with the leaders of the company. I mean, the Inner Six are here, and I mean, from Diane Lamping, Stephen Davies, Andy Riddle, I mean, so many of the leaders have been pouring into us while we've been on this trip. Going and staying at the Fairmont Royal York, the hotel is beautiful. We walked in, there was a huge Christmas tree lit up for the holidays. And I mean, everything from the room to the, the concierge, everything has been amazing. We went over to George's restaurant and had a 6-course meal. Never eaten 6 courses before in my life, so that was amazing. We had lamb, tuna, just all types of desserts, and it was really, really incredible to be there. We are going to a Raptors and Miami Heat game, and I am so fired up. I know nothing about basketball, but we're getting the 5-star, all-expense-paid treatment to go, the VIP experience.
At Foresters Financial, we are so proud of our relationship with the Alliance. It's been a long-term relationship, and we do not see it going anywhere but up in the foreseeable future.
Come with me. I will be back here in Toronto next year. Guys, there's going to be so many contests going on, so many opportunities, so many different things that Andy and the team is doing to make sure that we're in position for 2020. Get fired up. I mean, this is crazy. So I'm excited. See you guys in 2020.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live, filmed today in wonderful Dallas, Texas. Brought to you from Robert's Rockstar Studios. Now, let's hear it for today's special guest host, Paul Rockstar Robert.
Like your intro music right there. That's good. That's real good. All right, gang. Thank you, Billy. That was a fun announcement. I just want him to keep going. Can he just keep going and we not do nothing?
Sure.
That'd be a good idea. Billy, you're in charge. We're taking off. All right, gang. Excited to be here with you guys talking on the Wednesday call. I've got a wonderful, amazing crew that I want them to share with you some things that we went through last year in 2020 during the virus and so much more, not just the virus. There's a lot of stuff going on in 2020. And just extremely proud of what we have here with this team. I'm a blessed man. I'm a blessed man. I'll say this, what I'm going to talk about, the other offices, I could talk to them just the same, and I will a little bit. But let's get started with some leaderboards. How's that? Let's get kicked off with some leaderboards. Let's talk about the 40-40 Fight Club. And I'm looking over here at these leaderboards for the 40-40 Fight Club. And a lot of people have won the hoodie. A whole bunch of people won the hoodie. I want to mention Megan Wood just won the pants. She's a pants winner. So she got the hoodie and the pants. So she matches now. Now she's just going for the hat and the tumbler. Is that what I'm reading right there, Trina?
Right.
That's right. So congratulations, Megan Wood, for stepping out and doing that. It looks like who else? We got a recent winner there. Over here. Oh, wow. Look at this. We got Jason and, sorry, 331. Sabrina's a recent winner there. Thank you so much. Of a hat winner. Thank you. God bless you. Sabrina, good job. We also have Dalen. Am I saying that right? Dalen just won a hat as well. And now let's move over here to 4-5. Some of the hat winners, tumbler winners, pants winners. They went all out. They got it all. So we got here it is right here. Jason and Olga, are they the latest? Yeah, Jason and Olga Mathis. Congratulations, you got a tumbler. Yeah, good job. Tim and Nikki Long got them a tumbler, right? So they got the whole setup. They got the hoodie, the pants, the hat, and the tumbler. That's pretty good. Yes. We're gonna have to build a new category for some of these folks out here that have hit them all. I think they'll get a special something going on at May 8th at our spring. What do we call that thing, Gal? Spring festival. Spring. It's May 8th. Show up. Don't miss it. All right. So let's go on to let's scroll on down to the Great Alaskan Cruise. Let's see. Someone just, oh my gosh. Jake and Belle have already won the extension.
Wow.
This is ridiculous. We're in April, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to make sure I didn't fall asleep and miss a few months or something. Dadgum. Already, Jake and Belle, congratulations. I love you guys. It couldn't have happened to two better people. Thank you so much for going out there and leading the way and showing us not only can you win Alaska, by April. But daggum, you go out and hit Seattle too, the extension. So congratulations. And you know what I love about that too is like they could have been one of those people easily. It said, we live up here. We don't care. I love when people do that number to me. I don't really care to go to Paris. I've been to Paris. All right, they play that game with you? Yeah.
Yes.
And I love it that the first ones to win Seattle, they like from there.
Right. You live there.
Love you guys. Thank y'all for leading. God bless you. And then we got, of course, these two have already won. So we'll go on to, wait a minute. I'm going to go up a little bit. Jeff Turner and Kelly Turner right there. I got it. They haven't won it yet, but I just noticed them. They're on my team. 115,000 points. They're about to win it any moment now. Hey, what the heck? Bubba, you next, Bubba. Bubba, you at 105. Okay, I got to stop now because Brant and Jill are going to be mad at me because I didn't mention their name, and Steve and Holly are going to be upset with me, and then Tim Tipton and Brandy and Ashley are going to be mad at me, and Joe's going to be mad at me. I didn't mention their names either, but y'all are close, all of you. God bless you. Let's go on to dun, 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 dun. This is Americo, I think, is next, right? Americo. So Trina, there's two screens going on. I'm controlling this screen and someone else is controlling this screen. That was freaking you out, wasn't it?
That was.
That was messing you up. I don't want you to pass out on me, so you ain't stroking out. It's all good. But let's talk about so the Americo contest. I don't know about y'all, but like if I were brand new and everybody that's coming into this business, I'm like, you got to write Americo because I want them to get paid quickly. And they know before they go to the house. I mean, they know while they're at the house if they're going to get paid on it. Talk about simplistic. We had a product like that years ago when we only had one product. We called it Home Certain. Stephen Davies and Fitz called it Commission Certain because it was like you wrote it, you got paid. You wrote it, you got paid. America's got that same thing going on for itself right now, right? You renting some America?
Uh-huh.
All right. So it's a good deal. And you want to go out and have dinner with Andy Albright. That's the contest we got going on here. We got dinner and swag. We got a hat and pullover. We got a tumbler. Megan Wood won a tumbler. Jonathan, Megan, you're right there. You're right there. Hutch, my man, you're right there. And I'll stop talking about people right there. All right. I think that's all I wanted to do there. Let's roll over to the activity numbers.
Hey, Paul, I just want to mention for the 40/40, did you know that if you start filling out the 40/40 sheet today and it takes you 3 weeks to fill that form out and you submit it, that counts?
You don't know? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
So you don't have to do it in a week. The goal is that you create a habit and you get it done in a week. But the contest, you could take 40 more days. And if there's still prizes left, you get it.
We're actually talking about habits and how that forms. Thank you. That's good. I'm going to act like I knew since I'm the leader. I already knew that was happening. Sorry, Tia. But thank you, Tia, for letting us know that. Yeah, so that is a great way to build a habit. No kidding. We talk about it here constantly. Consistency compounds. Doing the right thing, headed in the right direction, whether it's a small amount or a large amount, you're going to get to where you want to get to. It can be so little bitty. People always ask, how do you run a marathon? I can train anybody to run a marathon, right? Half marathon.
Yes.
She's already knocked out a half marathon. I gave her a little schedule. I said, this is what you do. And guess what? She ran out. I mean, you consistency compounds. And what Tia's saying right there is that if we can just get you to think in terms of, okay, 40/40 is the deal, boom, it'll become a habit. Thank you. All right, let's do the top 3 life producers submit. We got Brandon and Ashley Bill. They submitted $15,172. Congratulations. Marvin and Jalissa Otzoy, $20,880. Megan Wood comes in first place with $25,701. And this is what fires me up. 46 applications. Yeah, that's real nice. That's good. Yeah, I feel like you can add whatever you want.
Okay.
All right, so we got top 12 life producers issue paid. I like this. I like this. Look at this. Okay, I'm getting excited. I jumped ahead to the number 1 position. I should not have done that. But number 12, Eric and Bobby Belair. Number 11, going to help me out there?
Vincenzo. Is that?
No, I don't know. Is that Vinny? It is Vinny. You're right. Yeah, Brandon Manley. Congratulations. Coming at number 10 is Barbara. Coming at number 9 is Robert Wilson, Robert Sarge Wilson. Coming at number 8 is Rory Bean and Errol Bean. Coming at number 7 is Brant and Jell Swindell. Coming at number 6 is Jeremico Edwards. Coming at number 5, let's start reading off the numbers since we're 5 and above. Coming at number 5 is Kyle and Janina Wilson with 11,505. Number 4, Katrina Gustin with 11,733. And Megan Wood comes in at number 3 with 12,383. Timothy Sipe comes in at number 2 with 6. This is issue paid, by the way. Issue paid. It's good stuff. Timothy Sipe comes in at number 2, issue paid 16,693. And coming in at number 1, Tyler Bott, part of the amazing Jeff and Kelly Turner organization, 26,400. By the way, Jeff and Kelly just qualified their first month. They went over 70,000 issue paid by themselves.
Wow.
For 1 month.
Good
So
job, guys.
that is good. Here we go. Top 5 annuity producers. We got Jeff and Kelly Turner again, $40,000. Coming to 4 is Adina with 56,516. Joe and Tawny Walker. Come in number 3 with 57,729. Number 2. All right. Law Dog himself, Caleb and Kaylee, come in number 2 with 160,000. And my dear friend Chris Long, when cross-lining wasn't cool, we were doing it. Chris Long and Courtney Long, amazing $200,000 issue paid in annuities last week. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Top 3 Foresters producers. We got Danielle Sells with 5,881. We got Rory Bean coming at number 2 with 6,331. And we got Eric and Bobby Belair. I've traveled the world with them. Like I was the other day, I don't know why they were hitting my mind, but we were in Cabo. I was just thinking of all the places I've been with Eric and Bobby Belair. Isn't that cool? Think about that. Like I never hang out with them in Florida where they're from, and they don't hang out with me in Texas. We just go places.
Meet up on an island.
Let's just not meet in the United States. Let's be cool. Eric and Bobby Belair come in number 1 with top Foresters with 6,862. Let's go to the top 10 recruiters. Ooh, not a good week for me to be doing this, but let's do it anyways. Number 10, Brian Lewis comes in with 1. Omar also has 1. ABTF also they have 2. Good job. Paul Roberts, that would be Tori Roberts, and Tatiana McKenzie. They come in at number 7 with 2. Number 6 is Nancy. Is that Shipe? I'm going to go with Shipe. She also gets 2, part of the Carey organization. We got Stan the Man Ulrich. He sent me a picture of back like years and years ago when we were hanging out. He's got some good pictures of when I was a blonde. Look, I was a very ugly Eminem. Marshall Mathers did was bad. But coming in number 5 is Stan Ulrich. He comes in number 5 with 2. Marcus and Carla also come in with 2. And then we got my man Alex Avian and his wife Jenny. They got 4. We got Olga and Jason Mathis come in at number 4, and we're good to go. You read off number 1.
Number 1 would be Andy Riddle with 6.
Congratulations, Mr. Riddle. Good job. All right. How did I do? I did it. Okay. We got through some leaderboards. Thank y'all, everybody that I called your name. Thank you. You are the warriors. You are the ones making it happen. I love you. You're important to this entire organization because you go in week in, week out. You do the do. You try to make this company the best company in the world, a company that changes people's lives, a company that has tons of fun. I mean, the trips that we're talking about, the things we're going to go do, the things we're going to go see, the places we've already been, the memories we're creating. And then lastly, I shouldn't say lastly, but we make a lot of money. We are in the number 1 industry in the world, and we are going to become the number 1 company in that industry. We've got it all. We got ARC. Ain't nobody got ARC. We got Glow. Ain't nobody got Glow. We now offer the top training allowance for Medicare.
That's right.
Did I say that correctly? I got some Medicare folks with me that will correct me when I say the wrong thing. We got the top training allowance. No one can beat us when it comes to that. And we got it all. So today's topic, let me start off by saying this. When I was asked to do today's call, I really I felt a little nostalgic, given the fact that things that are going on with our organization, our team, our family. And I thought about some really incredible people in my life that during 2020, when everything happened, and I'm going to let them explain that more. These folks stood together, and they Andy was talking about it. You can't tell someone's commitment level when everything's going good. The virus showed us people's commitment level. Like, challenges show you people's commitment level, not when everything's perfect, not when everything's great. That's not going to show someone's commitment level. Where is their commitment level when bad stuff happens, when challenges arise? Where is it? And so I thought about this incredible team that I'm going to have talk to you today. I will preface this. During this time, the San Antonio office, exact same thing. I could be doing this call right now down in San Antonio and have 4 people behind me talking about how they stayed in the gap. They did the right thing. I could go up to Frisco, to Jeremy's office, Kelly's office in San Antonio. And I go on and on. I chose these folks because I'm here in Dallas today. And there's so many things about success people miss. And it's a lot about having an incredible group of people that you're surrounded with. And so I just want to have them share a few things. Before I do that, I'm reading out of Stephen Covey's book. I think it's Principle-Centered Leadership. The chapter is chapter 13. It says, making champions of your children. When I first read this, I thought about, yes, I want to make champions of my children, no doubt. But I also thought you can equate this to building a business. And I read this book. I mean, look at how yellow those pages are. I mean, I read this book 10 years ago, probably. First, we work to build the team's self-esteem. It says here, the child's self-esteem. We work to build the self-esteem of our children. We work to build the self-esteem of our team. From the day they are born, from the day they come into our business, keep in mind they're scared. They're doing something they've never done before, and you start throwing acronyms at them and scare the living. Keep in mind of those things, please. But from the day they're born, we affirm them a great deal, believing in them and giving them lots of positive feedback. We express confidence in them and in their potential. And how they feel about themselves is largely a function of how they are seen and treated by others. And how they feel about themselves is largely a function of how they are seen and treated by others. You have people on your team that can't seem to build the team. How are they seen? Did you give them the positive reinforcement they needed to have a building block to be successful? See, it makes sense when you're thinking of kids. We have our kids, but it's the same thing. I'm not equating any of these superstar rock stars behind me as kids at all. They are amazing warriors. But what I'm saying is that they both correlate in the fact that you have to remind them when they walk through the door, they're meant for greatness. They're with the right team, with the right family, and we're just going to help them become the right people. It goes on in another thing. It says, we try to create an enjoyable family culture. Let me change that. We created an amazing team culture. We want our team to get more fun and satisfaction from being here and being around the team than all the crap that's going on in the world, all the news, all the stuff that's happening. We want them to know that they're going to get more from this team than anything else. Anything else. They have to have it. It's like people that go to church every Sunday. They have to have it. They have to have this team. We try to set an example of excellence. Notice it says we try. We ain't perfect. I make mistakes, horrible mistakes. But we try to set an example of excellence. We all try to excel in what we do, and that excellence becomes an unspoken, unwritten norm. It becomes the team. The team then strives to become excellent. This is a different chapter. I'm going to jump ahead and then pass it off to my good friend Trina Noel. Leadership encourages participation in all decision making. All important matters, small or big. In fact, the more important, the more the team feels like they belong. We had a meeting today with all of us. It wasn't, hey, this is what you're going to say, Trina. This isn't Britney, you say this. The team made the decision what we were going to talk about today. The team made the decision back in 2020. We defined the rules of how we were going to operate. We, not me. I didn't call any of them up and say, hey, if you don't come hang out with us, you're useless. Hey, if you're not going to be committed, we don't want you. No, instead we said, hey, let's all get together. And that's a lot what they're going to talk about. Let's all get together. I get a lot of phone calls on building culture. And I pray you're listening today. I pray you're going to listen to the hearts of the next folks that are going to speak and how they're going to speak to you and how they say it and what this means to them, because it's everything to them. So 2020 gets here. Trina, January 2020, we were ready.
Yes, we're fired up.
We had no idea. We had no idea. But remember, we were up at the front going over our goals.
Yes.
We all up there reading our goals. Yeah. God laughed.
that?
God was laughing at us. You bunch of idiots. You have no idea what's coming. Let's talk about that a little bit. So let's just go ahead and jump ahead to March, when things started looking a little weird for us and life was going to change a little bit for us and what we did as a team, and just kind of piggyback and go on from there.
Okay. That's what I remember the most with March, the pandemic, and then moving forward, Black Lives Matter movement and protests were happening a lot all over the country. Also at the time, I was going through one of the worst bouts of depression that I had ever faced.
Yeah.
So I had a lot going on in my life, just in my world. And just all of that noise, all of that chaos, I could just come here, I could come to the office, and it was just calm. Like sometimes I would literally walk in and just take a deep breath, and I knew everything was going to work itself out. Being here just helped me continue just my faith of just knowing it's all going to work out. It's all going to be okay. I didn't mention this before, but I remember, well, just because of the depression and everything I was going through, I was kind of didn't want to come to the office. Yeah. You know, you kept texting me, just come in. I thought we were friends. Yes. And that was special.
Yeah.
You know, Paul, part of my, all of that time, I'm a G5er now. So yeah. I go to, Pastor Tim's church. That means I had to break away from my family and the religion they're in. So
yeah, I remember that.
I don't have a family.
Yeah, you do.
But I do. I can come here and I can have somebody tell me, I love you, and you look nice today, or or just whatever it is. It's just no expectations, no rules, but we all just love each other, I guess is the best way to put it. And it was okay. So And what are you gonna do now?
I do need to add. We came here every day during the virus. We didn't miss a day. We were here every single day. So I didn't add that in the beginning. I apologize. That's what she's talking about when she would come here. There was this sense of calm with the riots going on and Black Lives Matter and the political battle was through the freaking roof. And
it was just so much. It was just volatile.
Yeah. But you walked in here and it was like this safe place, this peace, this calm that she talked about. And what I love about all these folks behind me and so many people on the Rockstar team, so many, we did not engage in stupidity on Facebook or Instagram. We just didn't. None of us did. It's crazy. We just stayed the course together. We loved each other because we all knew we had different opinions on things. But at the end of the day, what mattered the most is we loved each other. Right.
Right.
And so we came in every single day and I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I just thought about that.
And you was here.
Yeah.
And you were still on the road. You were still traveling. And I mean, I never said it to you, and I don't know if anyone else, thought about it, but I was wondering, like, man, does he know there's a pandemic? It's just like you just kept going, but it was okay. You kept going, so we just keep going. Like nobody, don't mention the pandemic. Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Paul's going. Paul is charging the hill right now. So come on, let's go.
I remember I'd call Kelly and say, "Hey, y'all cool in San Antonio? Can I come?" She'd go, "Yeah, governor said we good." That's all right. I'm coming. And me nor Kelly watch the news, but she'd be like, "Hey, at 1:00, governor's about to make an announcement." All right, we gotta listen to that. Oh, let's talk about, you wrote business. Everyone's thinking we just sat around and did nothing. We just, you came in here, we loved each other, and oh, yay, flowers and butterflies and unicorns and rainbows and all that stuff. No, man, we worked, right? We made money.
Yes, we came to work.
Yeah.
It wasn't a place to come to just smile at each other. Our fun was figuring it out.
Yeah. And
no matter what it took, we knew we were going to figure it out.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to figure it out together. And that's the special part of having a family.
Yeah.
It's just sticking together and figuring it out. And we started dialing.
Yeah.
Getting internet leads, getting Facebook leads, and just started dialing, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Those first few days no one ever sold insurance, over the phone before. So,
yeah.
But
you made it.
We made it.
All right.
Now we took on your attitude. Don't worry about that. Just make the next dial. Well, they said this, and then it was someone, like, I was getting hung up on a lot.
Yeah.
And Letty or Jenny or Britney, they would at least be able to find out the person's name before they hang up.
You weren't getting that far.
I was not getting that
We're
far.
laughing now. We were scared. I mean, they told me, they said earlier today when we were in Moffs, they said, well, you were just so confident everything was fine. I was going to Moffs going, man, should we sell our house? I mean, is this going bad? I mean, what's going to happen next? Woo-wee.
Oh, man. And then it just started getting gooder and gooder and gooder, and you start figuring it out.
Yeah.
And then, like you mentioned, when Letty got the sale, that first sale.
I remember.
And it was like, oh, okay, like somebody did it. Okay, so we can do it.
Yep.
And it was, Letty, just tell us everything you said.
Did you record it?
Yes. Oh man, like what type of leaves did you buy? What county was it? I think it was just the power of the team sticking together, laughing through that pain, and having fun and figuring it out.
Yep.
And that's just very powerful to have. it's powerful to be part of that. And I'm just glad that we have you as our leader, because we couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, whatever.
We
Yeah, y'all could have.
no, you were, I mean, you really acted like there was no pandemic.
My mom said the same thing. She goes, "What's wrong with you, boy?"
Yeah, it's just so.
But you wrote business. We figured it out.
Yes, we figured it out. We wrote business.
Yeah, every day.
Every day. We kept recruiting.
Yep. Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We actually had some great recruiting numbers.
Yes.
Great recruiting numbers. Yeah.
And people would come in to the office.
Yeah.
And listen to us down.
Yep.
And nobody's wearing a mask, and they're looking at us like, y'all know there's a pandemic, and we're just like, everybody is like, what pandemic? Like,
inside these walls, we cool. No, it's like a safe zone. It's weird, man. We haven't figured it out yet, but here it just all works out for us.
Yes, it was. That was funny.
Yeah.
Because everybody, and I remember being at Top Golf.
Oh wow, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Like everything is shut down.
Everything's shut down.
And we were at Top
full
Golf.
strip Top Golf.
No mask. I don't know if masks were.
I don't think they were coming on yet.
I don't think masks. This was when everything had just had first shut down. And
we were all sharing food from each other and
just playing golf and just
rubbing our faces, grabbing some food.
But
man.
that's just the power of team, the power of other.
That's right.
We stuck it out. We figured it out. We wrote business. And I feel like everybody grew.
Yeah.
Through that.
Big time. Not everybody. Some people quit. But yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Some people couldn't.
The ones that didn't, they grew through it.
Yeah. Sure.
We all grew through it.
Amen.
We're a lot tighter now. We're a family now. Yeah. And it's like a bond that's never going to be broken.
Right.
Like us here in this room and San Antonio and Frisco, all of us that went through it, like we're always going to be there.
Yeah,
we're always going to be in that. It's always going to be that circle. So I'm just grateful and happy to be part of it. And I did finally write a policy.
You wrote more than one, just to be safe.
I did finally write business with the internet leads over the phone.
Yeah, and then it kept going.
Yes,
it kept going. Then it became normal. And then we were able to create leaderboards. That was the fun part. Because I kept threatening, we're going to create leaderboards, but you can't create leaderboards with nobody writing no business. Remember?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Letty writes one. Thank God. Thank you, Letty. I know you're listening right now. She writes one, and it was just a snowball effect. And now I'm creating leaderboards, and I'm sending Andy pictures of leaderboards going, hey, we're writing business.
Yes.
We're writing business. And new people are showing up. He goes, what? I said, yeah, they're showing up, man. We just invite them. So thank you. Love you.
You are welcome. Love you too, Paul.
All right. Let's get Miss Jenny Patel up here. She was also part of that original group that we all just kind of, and the reason we're doing this today, so many people ask me how you build culture. You got to build culture before the challenge hits you. This doesn't happen in here. It doesn't happen in Frisco. It doesn't happen in San Antonio. And I'm messing up. McAllen was doing the same thing. I apologize. We got Laredo. We got so many cities. Houston was coming together in a hotel. We just found a crazy hotel. They were crazy enough to believe in our philosophy that nothing was going on, and they let us work there. Go figure. It's what you project is what you get, by the way. But my point is this. You got to build that culture before challenging. There's more challenging times coming. I'm not saying it's going to be as great as the virus or great as the crazy things that happened last year, but stuff is going to happen. And if you don't have that culture built, that family built of lifting people up, building people up, no one would have shown up. No one would have hung out. But instead, we got to hang out every day together. And what's funny is when we were all just in my office talking, we all realized we were all scared and didn't know. We're like, oh, you were scared? I didn't know you were scared. Yeah, I was scared to death. You were scared? I didn't know you were scared. You seemed cool. Like they said, Trina, you're the one that brings the calm. You're the calm of the group. And Trina's like, you don't know what's going on up here, man. I got people battling up here. I ain't no calm going on. It might be calm out here. But that's just amazing to me that all of them were kind of talking like, I thought you were fine. No, I was freaking out. But Jenny Patel, she was one of the original ones too. Talk about a little bit about what was life when it all happened. You know, we got through our excitement of New Year's and blinked our eyes, and March was here and riots were here and the virus was here and just crazy stuff. And talk a little bit about that.
Well, the crazy part is once the virus was just beginning to kind of form, I already had booked my airline ticket to go help an agent out in Ohio. And we were trying to figure out, okay, should I cancel the flight? Should I go? Should I not go? And I'm like, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And I remember reaching out to Gina Hawks and I said, hey, you kind of fly all over the country. So what do I need to know? You know? And she's like, just wipe down the seats and you're good to go. I said, okay, cool. Got my mask, got some sanitizing wipes. I'll wipe them down. I'm headed to Ohio.
Yeah.
And I remember doing the hotspot for Mike and Carrie Williams. And we did it. We kind of got creative because we know, I guess Ohio was a lot more stricter than Texas was. And then in the midst of all of this, the day that my dad was supposed to, the week after the pandemic, it hit, my dad was supposed to fly back to America.
He was stuck in India.
And literally Trump announced shutdown.
Yeah.
And he calls me and he couldn't get a hold of me because I was in Ohio and I actually dropped my phone in the toilet. So he couldn't get a hold of me. I couldn't rebook his ticket. The country's being in shutdown. And I'm like, I'm not even like panicking, like, how am I going to get back to Texas to my son or anything? I was like, all right, well, I guess if I can't get a flight back, I'll just, rent a car and drive back to Dallas, and we'll figure it out. And yeah, my dad ended up getting stuck in India since I think July, and he was supposed to be back in March.
Yeah.
Gosh, it was chaotic. It was loud. I remember we were laughing about this. We're like, everybody's going to the grocery stores buying out toilet paper, and we're just like, if you need toilet paper, just borrow it from the office. And I remember you saying that, and none of us panicked about not being able to have toilet paper. So, I mean, it's crazy. We laugh about it today, but last year, that was the world. It was going crazy. It was going bananas. It was, people were panicking. The world was just falling apart. But I tell you, and I'm going to piggyback on what Trina said. I walked in and I felt a breath of fresh air. And I felt normalcy, stability behind these walls here. And I mean, we weren't wearing a mask. I'm like you, I don't watch the news. Like, you were my news reporter. Like, my dad would call me and say, hey, what's going on in America? Hold on, let me call Paul. I don't watch the news, so I had no idea what was going on. And I was literally oblivious to the world out there. Yeah. And I remember coming in here, not having to wear masks. We were sanitizing and being careful, but having to go to the grocery stores, and I would walk in without the mask because I felt like it was normal because we didn't miss a beat. Everything was just on track, and we just stayed the course throughout this pandemic. And one down thing for me that happened in 2020, as far as a challenging time, was my grandmother. 3 weeks after the pandemic hit, she actually fractured her hip. She fractured her hip and got bedridden, and it was downhill from there. And for those that know me, my grandparents are the ones that raised me. And so I was really close to her. And if it wasn't for this team, I don't know what the heck would have happened with me. I know that coming to the office every day made me feel like I had a family and I had some support, because keep in mind, during this time, my dad was not here with me. My son had virtual school and he didn't like virtual school. And we're trying to figure that out. I'm like, I had the cheapest internet during this time. And I'm like, I don't know. I got to take care of grandma. And, I was looking forward to coming to work. My finance, while the world, people were complaining about unemployment, people were complaining about losing jobs, people losing businesses. The last thing I had to worry about was income.
That's big.
I knew that I could come in and I could figure it out because we had a team that put their heads together. We got creative during these difficult times.
Yeah, we did.
And we just fought and we figured it out.
Yeah.
And we shared what worked. We shared what didn't work. I remember this one time I called a customer and, Zoom wasn't working. There was this new thing called WebMe. I don't even remember the name of it.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? What kind of phone do you have? And she's like, an iPhone. Okay, I'm FaceTiming you. Accept it.
I remember that. I remember that. I was there.
And so she accepted it. And I said, look, you can see me. I'm a real person.
Yeah. And then you started yelling around to everybody, hey, you can also use FaceTime. Yeah.
And then I started showing the office to her and I made a sale. It was like an 1800 AP. And I was like, all right, this is going to work.
Yeah.
This is going to work. This hope. We got hope. Right. And if we didn't do it together, I don't think it was possible. I really don't. And, I'm going to piggyback off of what Trina said is, you always, Tim Goad always says leadership is visual. And you were very acting like everything was normal. You were very visual in being confident and things were going to be okay and everything's going to be fine. And what pandemic, and that felt the calmness in my heart, but it also felt like I wasn't alone. Like I wasn't fighting the battle alone. Like you were in the trenches with us every day. Dr. Phil was here in the office every day. There were Saturdays that we looked forward to work. I mean, we were literally here 6 days a week.
I forgot about Saturdays. Yeah.
And
forgot about that.
We did not care.
Yeah.
And you were, and the funny part about all this is you're just like our little cheerleader figuring out contests. You're just, I'll take you out of cryo if you sell one policy today.
We went to cryo.
We'll do top golf, like whatever y'all want, we'll do it. And I'm like, heck yeah, let's get on board. Let's have some fun with it. And our motto is have fun, make money, make a difference.
Amen.
And boy, during this pandemic, we weren't panicking.
Yeah.
We were having fun.
Yeah.
We were laughing through this pandemic. I mean, don't get me wrong. We were making money. My personal growth happened in 2020.
Yeah. Talk about that.
My numbers were.
You made Thailand.
I definitely made Thailand.
You made the trip.
And I made Thailand earlier than I normally do.
Yeah.
Normally I'm fighting till December 31st.
Yeah. You were done in October.
But yeah, I was done before my birthday.
Yeah. So she's done in October. Typically she's done at the end of December. And there's a virus going on. And we had to learn how to telesell. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And with one thing with the telecells, I do want to say that I'm very grateful to Andy Albright and the partnerships that he's created. I'm very proud of them because they've done an incredible job of making the changes that were necessary.
Amen.
And getting on board saying, hey, we'll allow you to do phone sales.
Yep.
We'll allow you to do Zoom calls.
Oh, yeah.
And just boom, making it happen so we can make it happen.
I remember.
And I think it's owed to Andy Albright because if he didn't create those incredible partnerships in those 18 years, 20 years that we've been around, I don't think that was possible. They wouldn't have made those changes that quickly.
Yeah. And we were like announcing stuff. Like he would call me and say, hey, Moo's on board. I mean, I literally yell out to y'all, Moo's on board. I mean, that was how the news got traveled for us back then. Yeah. And then the new people, who the hell's Moo?
New children on my heart.
Yeah. And then Forrester's on board. It was just like, that was how, I mean, I remember Andy would call me like almost like, so-and-so's letting us do this. So-and-so's letting us do that. And like, yeah. And the amount of training that we put together with y'all and with all the alliance coming together was phenomenal. So thank you for saying that.
Absolutely. And, as the team, one thing I want to add is that one of the things that the team did for me is it gave me more gratitude.
Yeah.
It made me more humble.
Yeah.
It made me super fired up to know and more grateful to know that I was part of a championship team.
Yes.
And that we were in it to win it together.
Yes.
It's like the shirt you wore this morning. Whatever it takes, attitude is
Whatever it takes.
Is the attitude that we had.
I wanted to wear that shirt right now, but I was afraid to be too casual.
And that's what makes us stick. I mean, we're that glue that makes us stick. And I know I've been here for 6 years, and every year you always have this motto, I guess motto is a great way to put it. And it started out with, in 2015, you said, hey, I want everyone to fall in love with Andy Albright and Tim Goat.
Yeah.
And I didn't even meet these people. I'm like, okay, whatever you say, Paul. And then and then I think from there you started saying love conquers all. I'm like, all right, love conquers all, whatever that means. And I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then childlike faith, you know, and then my good buddy George Andershock, he was the one that really taught me what childlike faith meant.
Amen.
And then Andy came here in 2018, I think it was 2018, where he said, hey, we're all jacked up. No, none of our problems makes us special. You just got to believe in the team and believe in the system.
Yep.
And so we started.
We took that one off. We still do that one. We're looking for some jacked up people.
Mm-hmm.
Please join us. I'm a mess. You don't want me. Oh my God, we want you more now. Please. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So love plus faith plus belief. And then our most recent one, we say it all the time, and we did it through the pandemic, is victory is the only option.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Because we wrote victory is the only option years and years ago. I actually wrote on my board in 2005.
Oh, wow.
And then we recreated it when we moved to this office. I don't think it was at the old office.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. So we recreated it and put it back up on the wall. Victory is the only option. And that's what took for this group to come together during this virus. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have our cheerleader in the house. She is a natural when it comes to the camera. She does something to it. I don't know what she does, but she's exciting. She's fun. Got that spirit hands. But Britney's been a blessing for us. She's one of those ones that 6 days a week we came up here. And really anybody, Trina, Jenny, or Britney, if I told you the things that were going on in their private life, they would make you cry. If I told you what was going on in Britney's life, you would be in awe that she gets out of bed. No kidding. And the fact that she does, and she's not going to talk about that today. I want to brag on her about that. But the fact that she does, and then not only gets out of bed, but comes in here and fights. And it's been fun.
My life was still crazy during the pandemic, though, too.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about pandemic. Yeah, I'm talking about everything. I'm talking even last week. Yeah, okay. So talking about this morning. What the hell you saying? She's a jacked up mess, but we want her. We want her, and we love her, and she's definitely been a blessing. She was one of those ones in the very beginning that hung out with us and said, hey, what are we going to do? And we said, why don't we come in here every day and work? All right. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And remember, I had only had my insurance license for 3 months at that point.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I literally just started, went to convention, came back so fired up, and then it was like shut down.
That's right. I forgot about that. You had February and that was it.
Yeah, pretty much February. And that's when I did like my first in-house presentations. And like, I was like, I'm just starting to get the hang of it. And it's like, never mind. Can't do that anymore.
Well, tell us what life was like. Trina and Jenny have done a great job. Tell us a little bit about what life was like when we started this whole thing.
Oh, well, my life personally, I was, my business got shut down by the government.
Yeah.
So, and it was just kind of like, well, I'll go to work. I'll go to the Alliance.
Yeah.
So I just started coming up here, and, a lot of people elsewhere in the world, when stuff like that was happening, they're just sitting at home going, well, now what? And it was very comforting to have this family here already. So I just started coming to the office every single day.
Yeah.
We started figuring it out together. And we had, and you acted like nothing was wrong the whole time. But, it eliminated that excuse of, I don't know, I'm scared, because, at how your leader is acting and what they're doing, the people are going to follow. And if they're not using that excuse, then you don't feel like you can use that excuse.
Yeah.
And so, we started coming up here every day. We had, the great support team behind us with the Alliance, with the President's Club, everybody. was, coming up with the phone ATM and the phone script.
Yeah.
And, finding ways to help us.
We were printing them and passing them around like candy. Oh my God, I got a new one. Yeah. Like
wait, this one's in a text message form. Can I send it to you?
Yeah. Like we were passing cigarettes out in prison. We were pretty fired up about it.
Yeah, but, just everybody.
I got some Marlboro Lights. Okay, I should stop. Go ahead. Keep going.
Everyone was just really supportive and trying to help us navigate these uncharted waters. We came together as a team. One of my challenges with the telecells was like I had never sold anything over the phone before. And I obviously wasn't very successful in the beginning. And it almost felt like my feelings got hurt a lot easier, with all that constant rejection.
Yeah.
And, it would have been super easy to just go, well, that's it for the day. I quit.
Yeah.
But, having the team here to be encouraging and supporting and offering suggestions and, hey, and then hearing them and going, oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Being able to copycat off each other, just was a lifesaver because otherwise I probably would have quit.
Yeah.
But,
you had mentioned earlier about the same thing that everybody else mentioned about coming in here and feeling that calm, feeling that excitement.
Oh yeah, it was stability though in a time of chaos when everything in my life was going so chaotic.
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to keep the business? No, we ended up losing it. I mean, it just was like so much uncertainty, but then you come here and it's like life was normal.
Yeah. I think too, and I want to bring this up because we all have difference of opinions on things. Every one of us. We got, we're not all like no masks. There's some of us, we like to wear masks. It's no big deal. But what we've done, what the whole Rockstar group has really done is kept those opinions to ourselves because you have no idea how they can be so daggum hurtful. Like people preaching, stay home. Well, guess what? Her business got shut down. She lost her livelihood. And you go online and you post all this stuff about everyone's selfish if they don't stay home. She lost everything. So we can keep our opinions to ourselves. We can create this type of environment where we all love each other, knowing that we have different opinions. And because of that, and because of our difference of opinions, then we don't get them out and air them out and go through all that stuff. We can make each other stronger. And that's what's happened is they've all made each other stronger because they put their ego aside and didn't have to give every stupid opinion they had about everything. Because you got to be careful. Because you can say one thing and, oh, well, heck, I didn't know that. Because you can sit here and say, I'm 100% against masks. I hate masks. Brandon Manley lost his father this year. You sure you want to say that to him? Are you positive you want to air that opinion?
Or everyone needs to stay home. Well, that made me lose my business.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love this team because we just kept those to ourselves and instead said, what can I do for you? And the biggest reason I'm having this call today is I want the entire alliance to do that to one another. How can I help you? We're different. We have different opinions on things, different leadership philosophies, whatever it may be, but how can I help you? We vote differently. But that ain't going to get in the way of us. You see what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You said the thing about the business shutdown that hit me. I didn't mean to go off on that tangent. So pick back up where you were before I interrupted you. You don't know where you were?
No.
You were talking about coming in here and feeling that calm, and you had said something in the office earlier that really just fired me up. She's got your glass of water right there. About how we made each other stronger. We didn't know what we were doing. What was it that you said that was just?
Oh, well, so, I had just really started here. And so I didn't really feel like a part of the team at all.
Yes.
But throughout the whole COVID shutdown and us coming together every day as a team, I can name the top 5 fundamental laws of leadership that our team developed. And that's really where I feel like I became part of the team.
Yeah.
I was saying first of all was the law of the solid ground, like the trust. We were able to trust each other. We developed that trust, that is fundamental for having a team. Like if you can't trust each other, then you can't be a team.
Right. Yeah.
The law of the inner circle, you your potential is greatly affected by those that surround you.
Mm.
And so constantly being around people that are encouraging you and that, telling you that you can do it, like you believe it yourself as well, even though you may not have before. The law of picture, people do what people see. And so being able to be that example to each other every single day and watch each other and learn from each other. The law of empowerment and the law of victory. I mean, we accomplished this together as a team. And there was that comfort in knowing that we would do that together as a team. Like, I didn't have to figure this out on my own. How the heck am I going to make telesales work? We did it together as a team. And it was, very comforting to know that I didn't have to do it alone. Like, we would all be there for each other. So
it's big. And I kind of want to answer some critics. Well, I don't have an office like you, Paul. We would have done this out of our house. I promise you. Tamara and I would have done this out of our house. We'd have had everybody over. Back when we did not have an office, we would do this out of our house. The girls remember coming home and there would be like 25 cars out in the driveway and, parked everywhere. And they just knew that we was all in there dialing. It doesn't matter. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. We have no excuses. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. So you lost your business. We've got, Jenny, you mentioned Thailand. Sorry. Lost your business. What else? You got real close to Thailand.
Yeah.
You were like
I was
a couple,
like 10,000 points away.
10,000 points away during a virus, a year that she just started. We switched on her, said, hey, you got to do telesales. Right?
Good luck. Figure it out.
and thank God she came up here and she was part of the team to help us out. And
thank God I had a team.
Yeah. And if you want to win here at the Alliance, you better start building this. You better start building it now. You better start building the trust, the love, the compassion. You better start building this environment where everybody's accepted. You better start building this camaraderie where everybody matters, where if you write one application or 25 or 40 applications in a week, still love you. Just as long as you come in here positive. If you're negative and you're giving all your opinions about everything going on in the world, and no, we don't. No, you're not part of the excellence. But if you come in here and say, hey, man, this is my goal. This is what I want to do, then rock on. And I think this is in, I forget the name of the book. It'll hit me here in a second. But it talks about moral authority. Anybody can text it to me. But when you allow the group, it was talking about a football team. When you allow the football team to make mistakes, it's not detrimental if they make mistakes, and you let them be creative and let them feel like it's their team. They will try things and do things that will win championships. And what we've created here, and it's not me. I appreciate they keep saying me, but we all did this together. I couldn't have done it without them. I'm useless without them. I'm nothing without them. I'm nothing without the San Antonio crew, Austin crew, and all the teams that got together during this virus and loved on each other and built each other up and talked life into one another. I'm nothing without any of them. But when you allow the team to just be bold and be brave and they feel like they own the team, like every one of y'all got a key to this office, don't you? Yeah, everyone got a key to this office. I don't know how that happened. We just out. I don't know.
You were letting me come up here and paint. When no
yeah, I mean, this is not my office. It's our office, and I want them to take pride in it. I want them to, I want them to take pride in the studio and film when I'm not here. I want them to own this thing. But what that does is, like I said, it creates that culture of people wanting to try more. And this young woman decided, hey, I'm going to become a Medicare genius, and started figuring all that out all on her own. Then she led us and helped us and got us all AHIP certified legally, and helped us all, and that's part of what happens when you build a culture. If people can come in and be themselves and feel like they have a ownership in the team. And guys, they're writing big numbers. These aren't, little producers. Now some of you might say, well, they're not in the top 5. Hey man, I'll get in a fist fight with you if you hurt any of them. I'll take you down if you hurt any of them. I'm going to hurt you. I love these guys. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? They bring so much positivity to the team, to the environment, to the culture. that it builds other people up, right? And so I'm sorry. You keep saying things to me to get me fired up. I apologize. All right. Go ahead. You good?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
good?
I was
Okay.
just, even though I may not be in the top of the leaderboards, I'm, my goals are consistent.
Yeah.
Be consistent with production every week, putting numbers up there on the board.
Yeah.
Whether it's one application or 20,
Yeah.
just being consistent in my activity. Because it will compound and it will win in the end. There have been several days when I had 9 appointments lined up and it was just bombshell after bombshell of no shows or rescheduling. And then, instead of quitting, I just kept going because I have a team behind me to support me. And then the next day it's like boom, 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 and then you end up with an over 10K weekend. So, it's a good feeling. I don't know that I would have continued in the whole insurance thing, since I had just started, had I not had this team here. So yeah, I definitely think it's super important, whenever you're trying to build a business, you've got to have, the right people there to be able to encourage everyone else coming into it. So
Love it.
And you had the right people. So
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you, Britney.
love you too.
Yeah.
And then Bubba came in and really shook things
Oh
up.
God. We were like, and by the way, I hope you're understanding what I'm doing here. I'm trying so hard. So many people call me and say, how do you build the culture? How do you build the culture? I'm showing you. I'm going back in time to 2020 and letting them talk about how they felt when they walked through the doors. Even though chaos was happening in the world, they came in here and felt great. I'm showing you real live time stuff. Now, it didn't begin when tragedy hit. We weren't all glued together immediately. We began the process years before. How long you been here, Trina? Trina been here 5 years. Jenny? Trina been here 6 years. Okay. It didn't start when the virus happened. You got to start today. Quit waiting. You don't have time to build this unity, to build this culture of excellence and wanting to win and wanting to fall in love with Andy and wanting to fall in love with the Alliance and fall in love with Glow and fall in love with art, fall in love with these things. And, but you got to do it in advance. I'm telling you, by the way, I don't hit partner. I do not hit partner. If these folks here, what they're telling you they did last year, I don't hit it. I just simply don't. If Kelly's team doesn't get together in San Antonio, the Austin crew doesn't get together in Austin, Houston don't get together, McAllen don't get together, Frisco don't get together, partnership does not happen. I hope you're feeling this, okay? It takes all of us. It's going to take everything in you to get to partnership. It's going to take you to find a Britney who's down on her luck, down on herself, unsure if she believes in herself, unsure if she can even do this, unsure of everything. And I'm not even talking, we haven't even gotten to her personal life, but unsure of so many really tragedies that have gone on over there. And then she comes in and a group of people, not me, a group of people lift her up and she believes, you know what? This is my home. This is where I belong.
I can do this.
I can do this. And now she's recruiting and now she's going to bring people in and she's going to bring people into the culture. And then partnership is hers. Partnership is coming for her. But she's got to start building that now. She's got to start building that, those small little baby steps of hanging out with someone, going and I know shooting guns with Trina and Jenny brought us closer together. That was years ago. I'm pretty certain that brought us closer together. Yeah.
Go into cryo, into.
But that brought us closer.
Guns too with some people.
Yeah. Let's just be careful. So, but my point is, you got to do those things. Everybody behind me been to my house, hung out at my house. Mm-hmm. In fact, we're building a studio. Billy's coming down to Dallas. He's going to build a studio in my house. And the reason why is I've told Tamara, and she approved, we want people to fly. I want Kelly and Jeff to fly and stay with us for a couple of days. And we're going to shoot all types of crazy videos in that studio about life, family, tragedy, falling apart. I want Britney to come over there and share her story in that studio, spend the night with us, wake up the next morning, talk about what we're going to shoot that day, right? It takes all of those things. Now, why I ain't got money for a studio? quit making excuses. Whatever it takes, figure it out. I did to get to this point. And when you start building this team that way, you'll be able to build your own studio.
Yeah. I mean, you attract the people that, that you're like the law of attraction.
Yeah.
And, you have constantly been encouragement. You attract people that are like you. That's why you have a great team.
Thank you. God bless you. All right, then. So we're still knee deep in the virus. We're still unsure. We're coming up here every day, 6 days a week. I forgot about that. We're coming up here on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Never once did my wife ever say, "Why are you working on it?" We just did it. That's crazy. We were
She's
coming.
supportive.
Yeah, we were coming up here every day. We had parties from time to time.
We celebrated Corona with Corona.
Yeah, we actually brought Corona beer in to drink. Not me, I couldn't drink, but bring the Corona beer in when they announced like 50% open or something like that. Like that was we're excited. And remember the fire marshal came by?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at first we were all scared that he was going to kick us out. So we always made sure our tables were at least 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
But he just came in, he said, like Paul Roberts, and you were like, here. And he was like, what y'all doing in here? We were like, working, selling insurance. He was like, all right, bye.
He left. They just walked out. We're like, well, that was easy.
Yeah.
We've been hiding from you.
We're stressed out for no reason.
Should have invited you in for some Corona beer. We had no idea it was going to be that easy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. But we were coming kind of near the end of the virus. I know this virus is still going on. Please don't take anything what we're saying. We're not taking this virus serious. We are, but we had to feed our families. We had to grow. We actually grew in 2020. My 2020 numbers over 2019 numbers, we grew. That's just insane. It just blows me away.
I remember when we were recruiting, we were saying, this business, it's virus proof, it's Corona proof.
Yeah, I remember we were fired up about it. But we've been coming up here 6 days a week, and I kind of equated that we were running a marathon, and we were like a marathon's 26.2 miles. We were on mile 26, and we were huffing and puffing, and like we had no energy left to give. Let me back up. By the way, Dr. Phil was here every day with us too. He's not here today. He's in Laredo, Texas. He would be in here in the studio filming with us because he was here every day with us.
Yeah,
too.
he was.
Yeah, and he was a great cheerleader. He was that great source of inspiration every single day. He had stuff going on in his life. He's a single dad, but he was here every day motivating us, loving on us. So I don't want to leave him out. But we're coming near the end. We got 0.2 miles left to do to finish out the year, and we're huffing and puffing. We've fallen on the ground. We are hurting. And all of a sudden, here comes Bubba.
Who fires us up.
Bubba comes in here with this crazy, and what was it, June? Come on up here, Bubba. So Bubba shows up in June, and God, I love this team because he comes here in June, and he's like, all right, let's go, guys. He immediately started going out in the field and writing business. And y'all all said, we can go back out now. Bubba came back and he's alive. Like he was a guinea pig. We sent him out. Hell, he came back. He made it. He was the one that tried it first. I've always been impressed by the people that try it first. I just got LASIK surgery. And I want to know the first guy or girl who said, hey, go ahead and try it on me. I want to meet that person. That person's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, blind me and let's see if this works. The whole time they were cutting me and I couldn't see for a while, and it felt like there was like fake stuff in front of me. I was like, who did this first? Who signed up for this garbage? Well, Bubba signed up for it when he came here, and he came up here and he said, let's go. And he went out in the field and started writing it. He qualified for Thailand in 5 months. 5 months qualified for Thailand. And here's why I love the team. This is what I want to say, and I'm going to pass it over to him. There was no animosity towards Bubba. Usually in situations like that, a click forms. You don't understand what we've been through, Bubba. You don't understand how hard it's been. You weren't here every day. It's like they judge him, right? And they start picking on him. Nobody picked. Well, one person picked on him. One person picked on him, and they're not here with us. They thought it was unfair that he was getting all the attention. He was writing so much business, and it's just unfair and unfair and unfair. These guys behind me, y'all were excited.
What are you doing?
Yeah, they were like, thank God we got someone to pass the baton to, because we don't want to run no more, right? And he came in with crazy energy. Didn't just lift up our group. He lifted up San Antonio. He lifted up Austin. He lifted up everybody with his excitement and enthusiasm, and just went all out. And we really, and did you ever try to do telesales?
Never.
Okay.
No.
So he comes on board with us. Tell us about what it was like when you walked into our environment of, barely hanging on because we were going at it so hard for so many months. What was it like for you?
Well, to kind of start off, thanks for having me on the PWCB today.
Love you, man.
2019, at the latter part of 2019, my business in the insurance with the Alliance started kind of backpedaling a little bit. I was in a city with no leadership. I had no positive reinforcement, and I was just backpedaling. And thank God for Paul Roberts, man. He texts me once a day, every day. If you didn't give me a phone call, just telling me you love me and, wish you were here. Just different text messages that really, just kind of grew on me, just started eating away at me. So, the pandemic came around, and I'm like everybody else. I'm like, what I do. And Paul's like, man, you need to move to Dallas. Come to Dallas. And so that's what I did. In June, I just said, heck with it. Hell with it. I just said, I'm going. I'm taking off. And I moved to Dallas. And man, the one thing I told Paul, I said, I get text messages from people here at the office just saying I love you. And I said, man, I had my parents tell me that they love me as much as this team has. And man, it's just one of those things that keeps you going. It keeps you fighting. You want to fight for the next person. I want to fight so that Britney can say, man, I can do it too, And so that's what I did. I mean, I just came up here, put my nose down, and, went to work and made the dials. And hell, I didn't even know anything about telesales. Dang sure didn't want to do it. So I figured we just make some phone calls like we used to, and
you did
go see the people.
Yeah. And we just kind of let them. We didn't say, we just like, yeah, go for it. Yeah, everybody doing it.
Yeah. But man, we had a lot of fun when I first came back. Still having a lot of fun, doing a lot of traveling, going here to there, and just trying to stay on the leaderboard as much as possible, and just consistency, trying to stay consistent. The thing that best thing about this culture we have is what you've been hearing this whole meeting, is that it's team, it's love, it's the commitment to each other. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know how I ever did it not living here. How I even was, how I made Paris. How did I make Paris? I mean, I wasn't even here. I was in a city, like I said, that had no positive reinforcement, just negative.
Yeah.
All these negative things always coming back on me.
From family, not NAA people. Yeah. Sorry. Let's be careful.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a ride. I'm having some fun.
Yeah. And again, I'm so impressed with the team, because none of them, with the exception of one, got jealous of Bubba. They were excited he was here. And the reason I keep repeating that and saying that is there's more room to come in here and grow with us. We're not like if you don't fit in our little group. I mean, we're a pretty jacked up group. We have a black girl, an Indian, Britney with a Hispanic last name, and Bubba. I think there's room for other people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's plenty of room. And when you create, when the Alliance begins to create this culture of welcoming more people in and helping them build their self-image and helping build their self-worth, man, they are loyal to you. They are loyal to the cause. They are loyal to making the Alliance the greatest company in the world. If they come in here and they're top producers from day one, they are not loyal to you. You didn't do anything for them, but you keep almost hoping and praying you get someone like that. They're going to come and go. When you can help somebody, I don't want to use from children or infancy, but when you can help somebody like a Britney who's never been in the business, or a Bubba who's never been in the business, well, crud, all of them, Trina, never been in the business, and you can help them with building that self-image, building that self-worth, building all those things. Those are the folks that are going to help you build a dynasty. Don't act like there's so much work. They're everything. They're everything. And, as I'm talking, again, I'm thinking about, Big Al down in San Antonio. He's not on the leaderboards. But I tell you what, if you were to talk negatively of him or bad of him, I would beat you physically, right? He's our team. He's our family. I love him. Don't go yell at him. Don't go saying nothing to him, right? Because we've accepted him. And guess what? I need not take the credit. Jeff and Kelly have accepted him. And because they've accepted him, man, his game is growing.
Definitely growing.
He's writing numbers in one weekend that used to take him 3 months, right? And it wasn't because we yelled at him and said, well, hey, idiot, you ain't doing 40-40. What's wrong with you? No, what we do is you bring him into the culture, you bring him into the excellence, and you say, hey, this is what so-and-so's doing. This is what so-and-so's doing. And once they hang around the group collectively, everybody's game will raise. Everybody's. Now, if you accept mediocrity, if your whole culture accepts mediocrity, which ours does not, then the whole group's going to go down. Versus you bring everybody in and show them, point to the folks that are doing it. Not in a way of you're an idiot if you're not doing it, but just, yeah, you can do that. You can do this. You can do this. But one thing you have to love this team. You don't love this team if you don't have gratitude towards Andy Albright, if you don't have gratitude towards the Alliance, if you don't have gratitude to the amount of time that it took us to build art, if you don't have gratitude to the fact that we have Glow and ain't nobody got Glow, if you don't have gratitude to the fact that we have Medicare and we pay training allowance and we got tons of people to teach us, you ain't here. You're not the deal. We're looking for those folks that say, man, I'm grateful for all of this. And again, when I go back and look at 2020, it didn't start in 2020. It started in, how long, Jenny? 2015, 2016? 2015, when she came here. And this is what Jenny said to me. I am not going to drive and run appointment. I'm not going to drive and run appointments. I said, cool. Good. She hung out in our office. I remember you would get in a blanket and lie on the couch. She would. And she would watch YouTube videos that AMP Studios put together. I'm grateful for AMP Studios because it was on a loop. And so she just would sit there, literally lay on the couch with the blanket around her. I felt like I had like a college dorm at times. I'd come out there and she'd just be laying there watching TV. I don't know if it was like my child, like, hey, you need to get to work, something. But she just she just watched over and over and over and over again. And eventually she made the decision of, hey, I want to go run business. And she did. Now, she didn't write business immediately. She just hung around. She had this crazy, fun energy that I loved. And I said, I want her here. And she stayed, thank God. And she started writing business. And her first trip was like 6 hours one way. So it was 12 hours round trip from a woman that said, I want to let you know I ain't running leads. She gave a zip code. Like, I ain't going outside 75208. Ain't no way. I don't go on the other side. But what happened? Well, she saw other people doing it. I'm grateful for AMP Studios. I'm grateful that Andy invested the money into building AMP Studios. I hope you're hearing me. I hope you're not bored by just hearing everybody's stories. It takes everything. And guys, we got everything. Amen. If you don't have a family like this, and again, this isn't the whole family. We're missing San Antonio, Frisco. We're missing a lot of people. But if you don't have that, what are you doing? We've got it all. We've got everything at your disposal to build this type of family, to build this type of culture. Guys, I love coming to work. I love coming to the office. But I'm just like anybody. I mean, I look at my beautiful pool. It's getting warm out. And I'm thinking, man, I could just lay out by the pool all day and make a few phone calls. That would be different than sitting hanging out with Bubba and Bubba tell me about his weekend. Bubba tell me what he's going through personally, the struggles that he's going through personally. I'd miss all that. I would miss those moments that will forever be for eternity, right? If I sit at home, but I'm just like anybody else. I mean, I got a beautiful home now. Beautiful, very comfortable bed. Dear Lord, it's comfortable. Oh, I got a cool hot tub. Nice hot tub. I'm going to check out, guys. I'll see y'all later. It's getting warm. You see what I'm saying? I've had the same issue, but I don't get to hang around to Trina and talk to, because even though all those crazy things were happening, me and Trina got to have some great conversations about what was happening in the world with Black Lives Matter, with the fact that she's raised. How old was Jaden then? 15? He was 15 years old, having a son in America. You know, we got to talk about those things and what she was saying to him. And you can't take that away, man. You can't. Listen, I tell everybody this, every hot spot I do, take a deep breath. You're going to make a lot of money here. If that's your main focus, I don't know, man. Read this book, Principle Centered Leadership by Stephen Covey. You ain't going to make a lot of money. Believe me, I want to make a lot of money. I mean, I'm sending pictures of planes to Andy going, what do you think? I mean, what the hell? Me and you need to fly a plane into Spring, Texas, where we went to college or high school, and they've been messed up. Bubba and Paul are on this plane. We'll fly over to Pine Oak. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you're going to make money. Take a deep breath. We have everything. We just need you to go out and build these types of cultures. Everyone's going to be a little different. Like even down in San Antonio, Kelly's group's different than this group. But it's still based off gratitude to be here. It's still based off love. It's still accepting difference of opinions. It's still accepting each other for who we are. But the main goal is that we make money, right? Or sorry, have fun, which we're doing, make money. And then lastly, and probably nearest and dearest to me is make a difference. You make a difference in people's lives. You're going partner, bro. You're going partner. If Bubba begins his journey of making a difference in people's lives, which he already has, I shouldn't say begins, he already has, he's going partner. Trina, you're going partner. Your goal is to help people get through some of the crap you've been through, get through some of the garbage you've been through. Going partner. Jenny, Brittany, Kelly, everybody, Big Al, Caleb, Haley, Jeremy, all of you. We're it's that simple. And man, I can't imagine not having this group behind me to do this with. And I mean, my life is so blessed. I'm going to go to San Antonio on Monday, and we're going to go to Top Golf there. I wanted to throw axes, but that could get dangerous. And then Tuesday, I'm going to be in Austin, eating some good food somewhere, and having to run the next day because I ate so much food. And then I'm headed to Cleveland. We're going to do, I don't know what they do in Cleveland, shoot guns or anything.
And I haven't been to Cleveland.
Yeah, I've been to Cleveland. We'll do something up there, and just going to keep going. And we're going to keep building this thing because we're on a mission to make this the greatest company in the world. And we're going to accept you, jacked up, messed up, screwed up. Just bring some gratitude, and we'll give back, I promise. Love you guys. Thank you, Andy, for having this jacked up bunch be on your TWC today. You've been doing this you've been doing that. I've been watching this thing for 15, 16 years now. I don't take it lightly that you chose us to be here. As messed up as we are, thank you for accepting us for as messed up as we are to speak to the whole group. And I hope somebody got something from it. Love you guys. I get to say it for the first time ever. Yeah. Go get I almost messed up. I almost messed up the whole thing. Go get yours because I got mine.
That's right. That's right.